All right, let's do this. We got another episode, No Pump Fakes. I know what time it is. Let's see, man. Who you want to talk about first, Amai? Your man's Jalen Green. You want to talk about Ja? Which one?
It's been a good opening week for me. All my players.
Why are you so excited?
A good opening week. It's always
all my players like they're your sons.
All my players, man, that I've been talking about for years. Putting in that work. Jalen Green is here. Jalen Green needs a new league. It's already too easy for him.
Bro, settle down, please.
He may need a new league. It's already that easy for him. I mean, bro, my goodness.
3 basketball. Go ahead.
30 points, 6 threes.
8.
He's what I. 8. It was 8 threes? My goodness, man. He's special. I mean, Houston Rockets are trash, but he's special. He's definitely special. Houston Rockets may be, I'm not even going to hold you, they may be probably one of the worst basketball teams I've seen in the past 3 years. It's bad in Houston. It's bad. Pure hoop offense.
Hey, man, it doesn't matter,
fun
man.
To watch. Fun to watch.
It doesn't matter.
It's fun to watch. But
the Jalen Green show is here.
Hey.
That really matters, I guess, at the end of the day. I'm not here for W's. Couldn't care less. It's not my organization. I'm here to watch buckets. At least when it comes to the Rockets, I'm here to watch buckets.
Facts.
So yeah, man. Shout out to Jalen Green. 30 points, 8 threes too. 8 threes is pretty damn impressive against a Celtics team. Mm-hmm. That's something special. Took an L, but he's a rookie. But Ja. Your other guy, we talk so often, bro, about him saying, he's a top 5 point guard in this league, and
after the main guys, so far, hey,
man, I'm still not gonna jump ship, say not crazy, but hey,
no, yes,
he's 40 and 10 is 40 and 10. Ain't too many guys in this league that can give you 40 and 10.
Yeah, I think. Ja Morant's in shape, man. Like it's crazy. He's in
why
shape.
Are you so excited?
Yo, Ja Morant it's the Jays, the Jalen Green, Ja Morant. Ja Morant is in shape, man. He's a hybrid of Westbrook and Derrick Rose. He plays with the same type of aggression, enforce, slashing ability, like get into the rim, similar to a young Russell Westbrook, but his game is also very smooth. Similar to a Derrick Rose, like a young D Rose. If you look at kind of like his touch around the rim, his floaters, he's incredibly quick. Also, his hesitation and change of pace game is very, very Derrick Rose-like. And I'll say this, he can win an MVP just like those two won an MVP without having a consistent jumper. But if he ever gets a consistent jump shot, man, he may be unstoppable. It may be.
All right.
It may be. It's kind of what people used to say about Russell Westbrook. If Russell Westbrook ever had a jumper, a consistent jumper, he would be the best player in the world. They may say that about Ja Morant one day.
Okay. For first things first, I want to take a pause in terms of the acknowledgement and comparisons of him to Russ and D Rose, at least for now.
I said hybrid.
Oh, okay. Hybrid. I'm not saying you specifically. Obviously, when people talk about athleticism, a point guard that can score and jump out the gym, those are the first 2 names that people compare him to. But winning like MVPs is not like it's not an easy thing to do. Like,
no, of course not.
I think obviously again we mentioned those 2 guys and just say okay, because Ja is extremely athletic, definitely MVP, possibility being on the way, which would be dope. I think for him and the Memphis Grizzlies roster, that whole organization. I saw something, I think, comparing him and Trey, and I just, hope that
that shouldn't be the, I'll let you finish, but that shouldn't be the comparison.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think any of them should be a comparison. I don't think it should be a comparison to him with Trey. I don't think it should be even mentioned between him, Russ, and Derek. Now, and I'm not even talking just about playing style. I'm just saying in general. Like for now, for right now, I think we should probably just appreciate what Ja is doing first.
Yeah.
Because it just sucks, man, how like one game could really change everything. One regular season game, and now all of a sudden people are talking about like, man, where do we put Ja in terms of Trey? And it's almost like, you mentioned a lot this idea of like pump the brakes, and it's not anything against Ja, obviously, but like now if we see this like the second round of the playoffs, shit, we going.
Well, that's why. Yeah, I'm
Right,
talking.
and-
I'm strictly talking about regular season. And I'm talking about when I talk about like a hybrid of Westbrook and Rose. It's more so like him being a disciple of those two players, taking pieces of their game and then adding it to his own game. But one
Right,
thing I was,
and I mean, like it sounds like too. You're saying that Ja is kind of like reminding you of those guys.
Yeah,
Flash, like there's certain flashes that you see, not like saying you're taking him over those other. Right.
No, definitely flashes. It's the same way where I talk about like you should know me by now. Like Jalen Green, I say he's a Kobe disciple. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's Kobe Bryant 2.0 literally, or Devin Booker literally. No, I'm saying they're disciples. Like you can see that they take different elements of these guys' game, and it's kind of like when you watch these guys, young guys play. It's like, yo, I'm watching like some of the elements of his game reminds me of Russell Westbrook. Some of the elements of the game reminds me of Derrick Rose, and some of the elements of his game reminds me of neither. Because if you look at Ja Morant, for his his young age, he's doing things that some of them wasn't doing, like his passing ability, overall vision, creating for others. Like Russell Westbrook had that in his bag when he was that young. Derrick Rose didn't have that in his bag when he was that young. Still doesn't really have that in his bag. So it's just kind of like I see different elements, but also I can, like you said, you can appreciate Ja Morant being his own kind of player as well. Like we can't get so caught up on like, yo, they're disciples. Of course they're disciples, but at the same time, we got to let them like develop and have their own moments and stuff like that. So I definitely get what you're saying.
Facts. And Ja, is a leader. I mean, you just tell by the the way his teammates kind of view him and talk about
Gravitate
him.
to him.
Exactly. He's a leader. And I didn't want to say it, but I have to. He did it against the Lakers.
Yeah.
So I mean, that just kind of goes to show you that he's not afraid of the moment. You know what I'm saying? You're playing in Memphis, didn't go like high D1, but even still, he's not, running away from, playing against, all the Hall of Famers that the Lakers have. So it's dope, man. It's going to be an exciting season. I know that conversation is going to, happen over and over again. Is where Ja ranks in, in terms of top point guards, but I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it either, but I will say it's 3 games. But it's been these 3 games have been special. He's been special. So we got to give credit when credit is due. Now,
very true.
Like you said, like we said a couple like last week, like 3 of 82, like 1 of 82. You know what I'm saying? Like let's see it for the whole year. Like
exactly.
That's what we got to see. We got to see everything for the whole entire year. And even
Facts.
you know me. Like I like not just the whole year. Let me see it in the postseason. Let me see it for 2 years. Like let me see it for 3 years. Like because anybody can have a crazy year. Like I didn't see players like we didn't see role players. we saw Joe Harris get a bag for the Brooklyn Nets, and he ain't been the same since. So you know what I'm saying? Like anybody can have one great year in the NBA. It's just kind of like, let me see like you do it consistently. And then Ja Morant, of course, he's still young and he's an all-star caliber player and all that great stuff. So he's, of course, his ceiling is different than a role player, but still we want to see it. Let's see it for a whole year.
So I guess what our common message and theme is congratulations on the one game, but keep it up, right? Like continue to be consistent, which obviously, we think he's going to do. But I think though that comes with because, we have high expectations for him. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people just, mention this one game, 1 of 82, but like, we know that he could possibly be an MVP candidate maybe later on down the road. We know that he can be, an NBA champion later on down the road. So even though this was a big game, right, against a good team, just, keep it up. But I want to at some point too, hop into the some of your predictions or people that were DMing you and sending you.
Oh yeah, of course. You already know.
And man said, guys, anyone but the Lakers and Nets or some shit.
Yeah. I posted on AKIS NBA, like, send me your most crazy like predictions based off like the overreactions based off the first week of the NBA season. I got Lakers and Nets. We know about the Lakers and Nets. Like let's talk about that real quick. Lakers and Nets.
Goodness gracious! No. We don't have to do it right now. I mean,
you want to do it right now? Okay, fine.
No. I'm saying we could like go through the DMs that you got and the predictions and stuff, but just those 2 teams, Lakers and Nets. Like,
okay, fine.
We could just take a rest. Some tells me we're going to be talking about them over the course of the season. We'll be all right.
There goes one. We kind of just talked about someone said Ja Morant for MVP. That's an overreaction. We're not going to really touch on that.
Okay, I'm not going to.
Here's one. The Minnesota Timberwolves will finish as a top 4 seed in the Western Conference.
Oh yeah. Who said this? Wait. Does this person have a profile picture?
Alex Hayes 75.
Oh my man. What's good, Alex? All right, he said
the Timberwolves will finish
top 4. Wow.
Yep. You know I had them in the playoffs before we did our prediction.
You ain't say top 4 though.
No, of course not.
Yeah,
I'm not going that crazy.
All right, then. Okay. All right. There we go. I like it. I don't agree with it, but I like it. Damn. Anthony Edwards, D'Lo, Cat in the West. That's tough. But the good thing is they're healthy and young. Yeah. But are they ready to be a top 4? He's saying they're going to get home court in the playoffs. That's tough. Would you agree with that?
No, not top 4. But like I said my prediction was if they are healthy, my prediction was the Minnesota Timberwolves would be a playoff team because I told you Anthony Edwards is here. I was joking with Jalen Green, but Anthony Edwards.
No, you weren't. You were not joking about Jalen Green.
But Anthony Edwards may need a new league. This brother is special. I mean, my goodness. Like he's super athletic. He's already a 3-level scorer. Like it's really crazy. Like he can score at every level on the basketball court, has a handle. I mean, it's like nothing he really can't do. And he plays and he straps up. He plays defense too. And it's just kind of like Karl Anthony Towns, D'Lo, their connection is undeniable. It
might be time.
It may be time in Minnesota.
It might be time.
It may be time.
All right, so who do you want 5 years from now? Anthony Edwards or Jalen Green?
Wow. Man.
We wake up and choose violence every single day.
Probably Anthony Edwards. Probably Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
2-way player, 3-level scorer, super athletic. I mean, probably Anthony Edwards.
I'm not gonna lie. Right now, that's not who I thought you was gonna say.
No. Probably Anthony Edwards. Like, you know me, I have my favorites, but like I still keep it real. Like Anthony Edwards he's different, man. He's cold.
Yeah,
he's
with
cold.
You.
He's cold.
Yeah. All right. Look, I think we both agree that the Timberwolves won't be in the top 4. But let's say, like, put it like this: what do you think they would have to do, right, in order to make that a reality? Like, what would it take for that team to be a top 4 seed in the Western Conference?
I think this year's is a bloodbath, to be honest. I don't think you never know. Like I said, just like the Eastern Conference, we don't know who's going to be after those 3 teams. Well, I can't even say the Brooklyn Nets. After the Milwaukee Bucks. Like right now, I'm like, I don't know who else. I don't know how the seed is going to match up. And like the West, only team I'm really confident in that's going to be a number 1 seed, finish top 2 is the Utah Jazz,
which is crazy. Knowing how you feel about it. I'm confident that they'll finish the top of the regular season in the standings, but with the championship, that's a different,
No, that's a different. Yeah, playoffs is a different conversation. They're but yeah, like first 2, number 1 seed, number 2 seed. And everybody in the West is like, I don't know. So who knows what the Minnesota Timberwolves can do, man? I mean, you never know. Like the Clippers may fall, the Denver Nuggets, we don't know how they're gonna react with Jamal Murray being out the whole year. I think they'll be fine. You never know. It's like I said, I think Portland's gonna drop off. The Golden State Warriors are looking good. They're 3-0 right now. It's still early on the the Golden State Warriors. I'm still pumped the brakes on them. I still think, reality's gonna set in eventually.
That's tough.
Yeah, but we'll see though.
Honestly, I would say though that Anthony Edwards will probably be the X factor. Actually, no, I'm gonna say D'Lo. Yeah. I think D'Lo is probably gonna be the X factor for the Timberwolves. Because obviously everyone's gonna mention Anthony Edwards, everyone's gonna mention Cat, 2 number 1 overall picks. But when we talk about D'Lo, obviously to me, one of the most clutch players in the league, ice in his veins, all that. But I think in order for the Timberwolves to be a top 4 seed based off the prediction that we just received, the X factor is going to be D'Lo.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, shout out to Alex for that question, man, or that prediction. It's bold. I like it. I like that. Couple reasons why I like that take. 1, it's not about the damn Brooklyn Nets or the Los Angeles Lakers. That's number 1.
Yep.
And 2, it's not a common one. And I guess 3, it's not like so much of a wild take that like if I were to ask him face to face, he would probably feel that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know who asked the Ja Morant as MVP, but would you place a bet that Ja was going to win MVP? That should be the real question on, I guess certain takes. But yeah, good take. Who we got next?
Let's see.
Minnesota in the top 4. Woo!
3-9-2.
I'm gonna say this though. Look, when I said the Suns, I think we're finishing the top 3 last year. People laughed at me. So, we saw what happened. So you never know. I'll throw it in there. All right, who you got?
And speaking of that, let me find it. Because I had one. Let's see. You too cool. Books are your future Eastern Conference champs. And speak of, you just talked about the Phoenix Suns. You said the Bulls are your future.
The Bucks. What the hell? You got the library?
No, I'm thinking about the Suns. What you just said about the Phoenix Suns. Like you said last year.
Booker. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, Devin Booker. The Phoenix Suns were a top 3 seed. The Bulls are your future Eastern Conference champions. Jay too cool.
Oh yeah. So their exact wording was the Bulls are the future NBA champions. Like what was the exact
future Eastern Conference champions?
Okay, respect the tape, but if they really want to get dicey, they would have said this year, or they would have said 2022.
I think he's talking future. I mean, he's talking about like at the end of the season. He's talking about this year.
But you know what though, he could have pulled a U. He could have pulled. I'm saying the future, so that could mean 7 years from now. But all right. So let's say this person. Let's say this person. I'm saying
starting this year.
Right.
This year.
What I'm not mad at it, and that low key, if might not even be a hot take if you really think about it. I mean, they're undefeated, even though, again, it's 3 games. The Ben Simmons situation, in terms of Philly. Brooklyn, in terms of, I know everyone's talking about James Harden and his referee calls and stuff, but, they'll figure it out. But no Kyrie, so there may be a question mark, depending on who you ask. Milwaukee, yes, they're the reigning champs, but, I mean, Chicago's undefeated as of this recording, of course. Hey, get crazy.
People don't understand how good. We had Will on from the Atlantic. What is that? Athletic? Atlantic?
Yeah, the Athletic. Yeah, Athletic.
The Athletic.
Pelicans, yep.
Athletic. And we got into, back and forth. People don't understand how good Lonzo Ball is. Lonzo Ball is really good at basketball. I keep telling people, people don't they want to pretend like this is a Lonzo Ball with the Los Angeles Lakers, LeVar Ball, saying all the crazy shit coming out of the NBA draft. Lonzo Ball is really good at basketball, man. He's a 2-way guard. Get you a triple-double. He can shoot the 3. He can play defense. He can block. He's really good, man. And then you got Zach LaVine, pure hooper, pure scorer. Then you got DeMar DeRozan. Then you got bro.
This is the timestamp you want to post on your IG. I already know. So Scott, this is gonna be his timestamp. I guarantee you, this is what he posts. Just think people love Chicago.
I'm just saying, Lonzo Ball is really good at basketball. I keep telling people he's an all-star caliber guard. He may not never reach an all-star game or make an all-star game, but it's similar to Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is an all-star caliber guard. Drew Holiday is really good at basketball. Lonzo Ball is really good at basketball. He may have a Drew Holiday type of career where people be like, yo, Lonzo Ball is one of the most underrated players in the NBA. People may be saying that for his entire career. He's really, really good. He does a lot of things well. He's a well-rounded player. He may not get you 30, but he'll get you 17 to 20 range and then 5+ rebounds and 6 to 7+ assists. He's really good, man. And I think that was an excellent pickup for the Chicago Bulls.
So how do you define all-star caliber player?
All-star caliber player to me is any guy that can possibly be a all-star. Let's say if the top 13, 14 guys get selected and then 2 of those guys are hurt and then he could be a replacement. That's kind of how I look at it. They may not be your first selection, may not even be your second selection, but they may eventually get a spot on an all-star team. Mike Conley.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So let me ask you. Do you think Tobias Harris is all-star caliber?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All-star caliber.
Guys. Okay.
All-star. Yeah.
Not much. I just want to make sure I'm understanding your definition. I'm with you. Yeah. Yeah. Look, if Chicago make it to the Eastern Conference, I think that'll be good for the city of Chicago. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. If the Chicago Bulls make the NBA Finals, it will not be the Chicago Bulls that I will be talking about. It will not be the Chicago Bulls that I will be talking about.
It's like we both take L's because Milwaukee wasn't a real deal.
It will not be the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, it'll be ugly. It'll be ugly.
Just like when the Hawks made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, people wasn't really talking about the Hawks like that. Even after They had to play the Bucks.
No, it's one.
Okay, fine. You all right?
Yeah.
The line wasn't long. The line wasn't long.
Yeah,
we were talking about another team. Folks was talking about a different player, and I'm telling you right now. Oh, and I never, ever, ever, ever will root against a player or a team unless they are playing the Los Angeles Lakers. And even then, I more so want the Lakers to win as opposed to the other team losing. But if the Chicago Bulls make it to the finals and everybody's healthy, block me. Block me. Block me, please. I'm just thinking. All right, what's next?
No, it's crazy, but I don't think that's, like you said, the Chicago Bulls remind me of, like, we talked about it in the offseason, like when they got all those acquisitions and stuff. It was like, yo, they're gonna either really be like really good or like either below or play in like type of situation, like 6th to 10th range, 6th to 8th round. I think both of us think they're gonna be in the playoffs. But they remind me of the Phoenix Suns, man. Like Phoenix Suns, they got Chris Paul, and then they had Devin Booker, and they had DeAndre Ayton. That's all the Phoenix Suns really needed was a true all-star caliber guard. And you look at Zach LaVine, we know what Zach LaVine is about. I've been saying it for years. He finally made the all-star game, put the world on notice last year. Then you get DeMar DeRozan, we know what he's about. Then you get Lonzo Ball, a young point guard, and it's just kind of like they get Alex Caruso. Then they got a couple guys that we're not even mentioning that I think Patrick Williams like played defense, solid. Vucevic, that's what I'm saying. They got tools, man. They got pieces down there, up there in Chicago.
We gonna see you, Chicago. We gonna see you. And who was it that said this again?
J2 Cool, I think.
Okay. All right, who we got next?
So let me click on it. Let me see. I'm trying to. They ain't talking about a lot of nets on here. Here we go. 392 Luke. It's a real person. We kind of talked about this already a little bit. Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum can't coexist.
Man, listen. Celtics fans were like, look, that Knicks game is long gone, bro. But there are a lot of Celtics fans that were extremely frustrated with this pairing, this duo, and are on the verge of giving up. Fans, not me, y'all, but fans. You know what I'm saying? For reasons that I don't really know.
And
what?
Don't show Boston suspect. So that's 2, yeah. So
what?
390
Boston suspect?
Yeah, talk about the Celtics. Don't show and 392. Jaylen Brown and Tatum can't coexist. Don't show Boston is suspect. So here, hey, we were saying it. We had a conversation. Like, what do you do? That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's so funny. Like,
I don't know, man.
You talk about how I allow recency bias to affect my judgment.
Yeah.
At least I let that shit happen in the playoffs.
Yeah.
When it matters.
Yeah.
Folks is going crazy
3 games.
over 3 damn games.
Yeah.
Suspect. What was the first one they said?
Jaylen Brown and Tatum can't coexist.
Can't coexist.
It's crazy. Hey, we just saw the Philadelphia Sixers with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Number 1 seed, and they coexist, and that's an awkward pairing. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know how people would battle that and push back would be is, you know, those guys are 2 wings, JT and JB. So that's what, if I had to guess, that someone would say, you know, if they could work, you know, but and one of the, you know, Embiid being an MVP caliber player. But listen, it's 3 games. I know Boston fans are used to, you know, winning championships and stuff, but same time,
I don't know why Boston. We got to stop that narrative too. Sorry, Boston fans. That whole Boston fans are used to winning championships. Y'all won in 2008, and that was suspect. You know, like after that, it was a long, long time. Like Boston fans, we got to stop. Like the Boston, they won a lot of them titles back when we wasn't even born. Like people loved it. They not the Lakers.
Sounds like
they're not the Lakers. This is a basketball. This is a basketball podcast.
Oh man, I'm sorry. But even it sounds like Cowboys fans.
But even I won't let that slide. But even then, though, I'm just saying, like, it's when people talk about like the greatest, like Boston Celtics. I don't, you know. They won a lot of race.
Yeah, like, the greatest franchise ever. Calm the hell down.
Stop the cap.
Calm down.
Stop the cap. But for Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum, I think they're going to be fine. I think the Boston Celtics just aren't that good. They're just okay. That's the problem. Like, if Jaylen Brown and Jayson and Tatum don't go off every game.
Then what?
You know what I'm saying? It's not rocket science, right? Is it like it's not rocket science? If they're not combining for 60 and 70 points every game, every night, it's kind of like they're going to struggle to be in games.
Where else is the offense coming from?
That's what I'm saying.
That's the $1 million question.
That's a problem. Marcus Smart can't be your third best offensive scorer on that team. I'm sorry.
And you know, sometimes it works when you have like a very, very strong duo. Like, you know, after, and I'm not comparing them, people, just for the record, right? But like after Kobe and Shaq, who was the Lakers' third best scorer? You know what I'm saying? And again, that's what I'm saying.
Sure,
sometimes I am not saying that Jaylen and Jayson are Kobe and Shaq. But this idea of saying that like a duo, you know what I'm saying, doesn't work. You know, maybe you just got to surround them with
the problem with David was Brad Stevens and Danny Ainge. The problem has been the same problem for years. They don't have a big man that can really score the basketball. That's what they need. They need Vucevic. They need Vucevic. That's what they should have been trying to trade. That would have been made perfect. That's what they need. They need a 20 and 10 big hybrid big, whatever you want to call them. That's what they need. They need a player like of that caliber because they got the wings. Then they need a big. They need a guard that can, like Lonzo Ball would have been a perfect fit for the Boston Celtics. A guard that can facilitate offense, get Jaylen Brown, get Jayson Tatum, easy shots. Because let me tell you something. Dennis Schroeder, I watched a couple of the Boston Celtics games. Dennis Schroeder is out there for his. He's out there. He looking off Tatum. He looking off Brown. He's out there for his. He's trying to secure that bag. So
get that bag, brother.
But it may be scary.
Let me ask you something. You know, you mentioned Chicago, right? Which wing duo would you rather have? The one in Chicago or the one in Boston?
The one in Boston. I mean, because from a pure talent standpoint, Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum are here. Like they're special. They're the best wing tandem in the NBA right now. Like regardless of what's going on with people that say they can't coexist, it don't matter. You got those two studs. You just figure it out. And like I said, we got to stop looking at Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. We got to start looking at, damn, what is the organization really doing? Like we got to start looking at these guys because it's like you got them two talented studs. Get the right pieces and build around them. Like I said in the offseason that the Boston Celtics need to kind of build around Jayson Tatum because he's their best player. I still believe that. It's so. But at the same time, it's just like, if you got two wing players, doesn't it make sense to find a point guard that can create like easier looks for them instead of them got to create isolation all on their own? Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like I just don't understand. It's whatever. That's
I mean,
problems in Boston. Jayson Tatum be a Laker in 3 years. So whatever. Whatever.
Man said, all right. Anyway, yeah, Jayson Tatum will be playing LA, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
And you see what Cap got going on.
Respect.
I'm really counting down the days.
Man, them Tatum, the 80 lobs gonna look beautiful in 3 years, man. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Here we go. Michael, 34. Giddy for Rookie of the Year. Slam's intern was the first one to call it out.
Pump the damn brakes.
People say, yeah,
he's slam on the motherfucker. Oh, I can't.
Yeah, yeah, you can't say that word. He's nice. He's special.
Is he getting Roy?
No.
All right. So talk about what the prediction was. Now, if this person would have said, he's like that. He's that dude. He's slept on. He's not getting talked about. Cool.
He slept on.
I'm with you on that. Roy?
Definitely slept on.
Come on now. We know who that's going to. Number 0. We know who that's going to. Pack it up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Pack
it up.
We got to see what Cade Cunningham. We got to see. I got to watch a couple more Detroit Pistons games. He still got a chance as well. No, I do not. No, I do not. I don't know what the hell I'm watching. I just see Jeremy Grant out there just hooping, like
just vibes, man. Just vibes,
just out there, just hooping. At least, and it's not even like watching the Detroit Pistons play. It's not even like a fun bad team. Like they just bad and hard to watch. At least when I'm watching Houston Rockets, I'm watching Jalen Green. I'm watching Christian Woods. I'm like watching Kevin Porter Jr. They put on a damn show at least. Like put some highlights, some athleticism, some snapbacks.
Man said, if you're gonna lose, at least be entertaining.
Like, damn, but this is like, what the, you clicking that shit off after the first couple minutes. So, still though.
Damn. Man said, first commercial, I'm out.
But I like Gideon OKC. He has a smooth game. He plays with it at his own pace. Like I said, it's only 3 games. I'm going to continue to watch him going forward. But let's get to another one. Max RV. I don't know. I'm just going to call him Max. That's his first name. It's something else. Spencer Dinwiddie in Washington is going to be great.
All right. Well, next time this person, what'd you say who it was again? Say the person's name.
Max. Max SSRAV.
They got a profile picture. I mean, don't be sending bots.
Nah, ain't no bot.
All right. Either way, we can run with the prediction.
Either
way, I need the take to be a little bit more spicy. Yeah, like, I need the take to be.
Spencer Washington is great.
At least throw a number. Because I don't think either of us can like disagree. Or let me speak for myself. No, I'm not going to disagree with that statement.
You can speak for me on that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be great. Well, yeah, I probably say that about damn near every player in the league. I'm not. Yeah. Going to say he's going to stink it up. Now, if you want to say he's going to average 25, if you're going to say he's going to make the All-Star game, if you want to say he's going to lead the Wizards in scoring ahead of Bradley Beal, if you want to say anything to get me hyped up or amped up, that's the type of shit I would expect. But he's going to be great. Of course, not going to deny that. But I will say this, though. His story is definitely inspiring, in all seriousness, coming off such an injury like that, starting with a new team. Anytime a player comes back from a serious injury like that, regardless of how they play, right? Even outside of just a simple statistical standpoint, just even being able to overcome the mental and still be able to play at a high level is definitely dope. But yeah, go Wizards, Here
we go. Handsome Jonas. Westbrook will achieve unusual numbers and the Lakers will fall short. Too much ego. Curry versus Durant MVP. That's a lot to unpack.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack. But let me start for the first part. You're saying that. So someone sent you a DM saying that Russell Westbrook is going to have unusual numbers this year.
Will achieve the usual. I guess he said.
My thing is, when it comes to Russ, what the hell is unusual? Yeah, because if averaging a trip dub,
I know,
ain't unusual. I mean, like, are we? I don't even know what to.
Yeah, he missed.
What are we doing?
It's a spelling error. Usual numbers. Maybe he averaged 20.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Is this a hate prediction or an appreciation prediction?
It seems like it's a hate. Westbrook will achieve usual numbers, but the Lakers will fall short. Yeah. So too much.
All right, guys. Listen, guys. Whenever you make your predictions, guys, if you can't spell, just start sending audio notes. Don't be ashamed. It's all right. If the grammar ain't where it's supposed to be, just but make sure we're clear on what y'all saying. Because if you're saying that Russ is going to put up regular or average numbers, which if I had to guess, that's what this person is probably saying because, the world, for whatever reason, treats Russ like what he's doing is normal.
It's a couple Russ on here.
We can get to him.
We might as well just go.
Come on. Let's. And to the Curry versus KD MVP thing, that's what I wanted to talk about. We have to pause on these predictions. We're going to get to it in a second. But I need to say something. Dwight damn Howard is a top 75 NBA player of all time. And I do not know why in the hell it's even a discussion. Like, especially when you think about who the other guys on certain lists are. Like, Dwight Howard has made finals appearances. He's had Defensive Player of the Year. To me, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think that people, like, when, the way they judge him now, they just look at the tail end of his career. Like, they forgot what the hell he was doing in the city of Orlando. But Dwight Howard is a top 75 player. And to me, it's not even a question. But I had to say that real quick. I'm sorry. But we can proceed. Yeah. We can proceed if you want.
Yeah, that's facts.
I mean, there are plenty of players like, just that people were talking about, Kyrie, Clay, Vince, T-Mac, whatever. But I think those other guys, will be well defended. Like, there's a T-Mac community out there. Damn well there's a Kyrie community out there.
But it's crazy though, because if you really look at it, if you really go dive deep into it, like it should be Dwight, and then those guys should be defending. Like Dwight should be the lock, and then those guys should be defending because Dwight was a number one option on a championship team and a top 5 player in the NBA.
Like, come on, man.
It was an MVP 4 times. Like, if any of those guys, like Tracy, Vince, Kyrie, it should be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna defend them. But like, if anybody's a it's Dwight Howard. But
come on, man.
That's here or there. Let's
get
to it.
I don't. Go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
Let's get to it. Nando here. Lakers are going to trade Westbrook. I don't see that. That's cap.
Listen, y'all. The Lakers roster is the Lakers roster. I don't see there being any type of wild trade. Like this is what they're rocking with. You know what I'm saying? You when you're unless it's like you trade a random young guy or some shit. But it won't be a big enough move where AD is gone or Russ is gone or even Melo is gone or Dwight. Like their guys are there. So you better get used to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Russ is staying. Russ is staying. He just got there.
Yeah, Lakers are going to trade Westbrook. What else? Heard people say 39-2 Luke. Heard people say Russ should come off the bench. It's kind of what I said about in the offseason. I was just like, you start Russ, you stagger his minutes at the second unit, let Russ, run the offense, get his numbers, get his stats, get his, get everybody involved and do like that. That's fine if you want to do that, but we got to be honest. The Los Angeles Lakers are really just experimenting right now. They're experimenting lineups. We know what the lineup is going to be come go time. It's going to be Russell Westbrook at the 1, Malik Monk at the 2, LeBron James at the 3, Carmelo Anthony at the 4, and AD at the 5. Like I think Lakers fans just need to calm down.
You think it'll be Monk or Bazemore?
Whoever's a shooter, whoever's got the clip going, like making it fall, probably Monk, maybe. No.
I mean, listen. Based off 3 of the 4 other names that you just mentioned, I think they'll be fine regardless. But that was just for whatever reason.
No, but they're gonna
stuck out. But yeah, go
ahead.
It's
just kind of like I think like I said, Russ, Monk, LeBron, Melo, AD. That should be the starting lineup right now. But we know that it's a long 82 regular game season, and coaches don't want to show their full hand of cards this early. So that's why I'm not even really tripping off what's going on with the Los Angeles Lakers. I will say that the pick and roll of LeBron James and Russell Westbrook has the potential to be unstoppable. If you watch the Memphis game, they gave you a little sneak peek of it. And if LeBron James in the pick and roll with Russell Westbrook drawing defenders, he can hit Russ, or if he draws 2 defenders, he can kick it out to the wing, or he can still hit Russ, and then Russ can hit AD cutting, and also Russ can kick it out to the shooters like Carmelo Anthony or like Monk. Like it's gonna be special. The only thing I will say I don't like about the Los Angeles Lakers is right now it's just like AD's playing too much like. AD's one of the best finishers around the rim. And sometimes it feels like with the lineups that they have, he has to play, especially when they start 2 bigs, he has to play on the outside instead of like outside in instead of inside out. So that's what I would like to see the Los Angeles Lakers kind of fix. But other than that, I'm not worried about the Los Angeles Lakers. I think they're special. They're going to be here. Carmelo Anthony, get the 6th man of the year, get the 6th man of the year campaign going for Carmelo. Like the Lakers going to be fine. They're going to be fine.
Bro, can you imagine? I mean, honestly, that would be crazy, 6 man a year. But can you imagine if like that really does happen, as long as in addition to him getting a championship?
Yeah, you never know. That's what I'm saying. He's going to be special, and especially when he plays in that lineup that I mentioned. It's just kind of like that lineup is so dangerous because like you can't leave LeBron. Even if you try to trap LeBron, LeBron's so good at passing, he's going to get guys open, and then Russ going to the basket. Russ also is a great passer, especially of going downhill and then finding a cutter like AD. That's where Russ got a lot of his assists on for the triple doubles, like going down the basket and hitting the center, hitting the power forward, kicking it out to the corner for 3s, like a Carmelo Anthony, like a Malik Monk. Like it's special, and it's gonna be special in LA. Don't worry. Don't let the media hypeness and people going crazy. It's gonna be special times in LA.
Oh yeah, we Gucci. Oh, hey, I know. I know. We good on this side. And what? Like to hear people say things like the Lakers shouldn't start Russ. What the hell are we doing? No. Like and it's statements like that lets you know that it's hate that drives a lot of fans to the television. Yeah. Anytime you have a most valuable player, anytime you got a guy that can average a damn triple-double in a season, and I know that sounds repetitive, but it's recent. Yeah. You feel me? This wasn't 30 years ago. Like, it's recent. So to hear that a guy that can do that And we sit here saying like, well, I think you should come off the bench. What are we doing? Like, come on, man.
People are just too prideful, Theus. It's just like the whole conversation with Carmelo Anthony was out for a whole year, and people was like, he should be out the league, he should retire, because they were listening to certain guys, media heads. They also was not really watching the game. They don't understand what they're watching, looking at numbers and analytics. It's like Carmelo Anthony was never not one of the most 450 best players in the league. It's just like, just stop being prideful. Just say you were wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. It's the same thing with Russell Westbrook. Like, people just hate on Russell Westbrook. They don't like the way his game. They don't like his attitude. Whatever it is, it's just kind of like,
yeah.
And then when they get proven wrong, it's like, oh well, he's an MVP. Like, he's supposed to do that. He's Russell Westbrook. He's playing with LeBron. He's playing with AD. Just say you're wrong. Like,
but I'm happy that's the case though. I low key am, like, because when these guys, end up winning a championship at the end of this year, it'll be that much sweeter, for Russ and Carmelo.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead. You got another one?
That's pretty. I mean, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. All right, cool. I was about to say, preferably, if you did have another one, just not Lakers. Or,
go to State too. We talk about the Golden State Warriors.
You got Golden State one?
Yeah.
I'm fine with Golden State one.
Fly zone. Golden State Warriors are currently the best in the league, and Clay's return will determine the champs. If they're champs or conference finals, will determine the champs.
Wait, say it again.
Golden State Warriors are currently the best in the league right now. Clay's return would determine if they're going to be champions or just a Western Conference Finals appearance. That's what I'm assuming Fly Zone is talking about.
That's interesting to hear.
Flintstone.
Oh, Flintstone? Oh, what? FLY?
FLYNN Stone, yeah.
Yeah, I think, it's my man, Tim. Oof. Because then it's like you're saying they can make it to the finals, which, all right.
Basically saying they season depends on Clay. Basically saying if Clay is Clay, they going to the finals. If Clay is Clay 80%, they still going to the conference finals. Basically saying this.
I mean, that's not a bad. You're basically saying like, can the Warriors be the Warriors of 2015?
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, we know Steph obviously is still Steph. Yeah. So if Clay comes back, basically, can the Warriors of 2015, what would the Warriors of 2015, do now?
Yeah.
Right? What would that healthy team look like? So, I
mean,
the
problem is the only player that's in their prime is that bad man in San Francisco.
But I'm saying, though, based off what Tim is saying, if Clay is, healthy, if Clay is Clay or in his prime or playing like the Clay that we know, then it's basically like, again, those previous years. And so I think Draymond will still be Draymond.
I'm still not. That's 3 games. I think they're playing surprisingly really well, but I still got to see. I got to wait till January. In January, if it comes January, they're top 3 seed, then I'll be like, okay, the Warriors may be a title contender, a real title contender. But I got to also see, like you said, like Clay got to come back. It's going to be interesting when we see what the Golden State Warriors.
Damn, bro. I think one of us, I won't say who it was, man, but I think one of us didn't even have them. And
that was you.
In the top 8. Anyway, we don't have to talk about that, though. So, yeah, man, you said that was one of the final predictions. Yeah,
no. I got one more.
Oh, my fault.
Dunu's show. We already mentioned them earlier with a question. Let me jump on this.
Oh, they hit us with 2?
We hit 2.
Oh, said they had time.
Yeah, the Miami Heat are for real. That's the question.
Go ahead.
Let me hit on this. If it was true, Kendrick Perkins came out after the first game of the season when the Milwaukee Bucks beat the Brooklyn Nets and said Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in the world. Then the following game, the Milwaukee Bucks lost by 30 to the Miami Heat. And when it was time for people, that's why I was saying pump the brakes on the preseason. When it was time it was a perfect opportunity for Giannis to show that, this jumper is for real. No matter the defense. Like, I am here. But that's kind of how I know. And nobody really talked about it. It wasn't like nobody talked about them getting their ass kicked by 30 by Miami. I know it's a regular season game. Miami probably had that marked on their calendar. But at the same time, it's just kind of like, this is what I'm saying about, like, we talked about earlier about Ja Morant. We got to see it a whole year. Giannis, I got to see this jumper the whole year. You know what I'm saying? I got to see certain things the whole year because it's just like, I watched that game. I watched, Miami Heat, like, Dwayne Wade's my favorite player of all time. I don't have a particular team that I really go hard for. But if it had to be, it would be Miami Heat because of D Wade. So I watched that whole game, and it was just kind of like same stuff that I say about, like, if you got a team that can really scheme defensively and really can lock up, if you got some players that can, like, make things a little difficult, you know, Giannis' flaws stick out sometimes still. So it's just kind of like, that's what I will always say about when you were talking about best player in the world, this and that. The best players in the world, when it comes down to it, there's no defense in the world that can stop them. And that's gonna be the difference of Giannis becoming the best player in the world someday, and Giannis possibly not becoming the best player in the world. Because as long as you got teams that can really, if you got the personnel, like I think the Lakers, I think the Miami Heat, it's certain teams that I look at that has the personnel on their roster that can really make things difficult for number 34. But I can't say that about Kevin Durant. I can't say that about LeBron James. I can't say that about Stephen Curry. So also the Miami Heat are for real. They're serious.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
They're serious.
You know what's funny? About what was the prediction that this person said?
He said the Heat are for real.
The Heat are for real.
The Heat are for real.
And you used up damn near 90% of your time to talk about Giannis.
Heat are for real. I didn't know because nobody talked about that,
bro.
Nobody talked about that game. It was great. How can you be the best player in the world and got everybody on the biggest network in the world talking about they're the best player in the world and stuff like that, and then you come out and get clipped by 30 and you looking like, yo, you looking different, bro. That's a problem. But that's how I know he's not the best player in the world, because like if that was LeBron, if that was Curry, if that was Kevin Durant, it would have been talked about. Like that's what I'm saying about this. And then that goes to the whole point of media darlings and stuff like that. Like people pick and choose, like yourself, like, oh, these this and da what he did in this. And then people are quiet when it's like, oh shoot, they lost by 30. He's not performing. Like it's
okay.
Right. You know.
I'm going to do two things. Usually I'm able to do both of these at once, but unfortunately with your terrible take just now, I have no choice but to separate.
That's not a terrible take.
So the first thing I'm going to do is answer the question.
Okay,
the first thing I'm going to do is talk about what this person said instead of talking about Giannis. The Miami Heat are serious. So to this person, I'm sorry I don't remember your name, but I agree with you. I won't talk about your statement by mentioning someone else. The Miami Heat are serious. Yes, I agree. You know, they have a solid big three. And Ahmad, you mentioned it before, Tyler Herro, you know, the real deal. And everyone talked about now, I've seen certain tweets about how Tyler Herro is playing extremely well, but another guy in Brooklyn isn't. So now, whatever.
It is.
You're right, it is. But again, I mean, you know, the way that they play, the culture that they have, the type of players that they have, I think they, you know, have the pieces to make an NBA Finals run. Obviously, again, we're still week one into the NBA season, so I can't necessarily put them ahead of teams like Milwaukee and Brooklyn. But at the same time, I think if they win, I guess by definition it would be an upset, but it wouldn't be like, to me at least, it wouldn't be like, oh shit, like Miami, like, you know, that might have been the case for me like the first year when they made it to the bubble. But now, similar to Atlanta, it's like, all right, you're not really surprising too many people. You're not catching too many teams off guard like the Phoenix Suns did last year as well. But yeah, second thing I'll acknowledge to what you said about the Giannis thing. I agree with you, right? I think a part of being the best player in the world, especially when, you know, we're in the regular season, is showing up night in and night out. And especially, too, not getting blown out. And I don't give a damn where it is. You know, like Miami at home, I don't give a damn who the opponent is. Losing is one thing, it happens, but you can't get blown out like that. Miami is a very good basketball team, but that's just unacceptable.
That's his kryptonite, it seems like. But the Miami Heat is special defensively, like Bam, Jimmy Butler. And then to talk about Tyler Herro a little bit, he was my prediction to win the Sixth Man of the Year. It's just kind of the opportunity is there for Tyler. Like, it's no excuses. Like, you look at their roster, Jimmy Butler has an all-around game, but like Jimmy Butler's best attribute is not like creating off a dribble and going to get a bucket. Jimmy Butler's a hard worker who's improved maxed out his entire potential, squeezed it all out. That's Jimmy Butler, a hard worker. But Tyler Herro is just like your best attribute is scoring, creating off the dribble, you know, shooting at the second zone of the basketball court, and also extending it out to the three-point line. Like, it's shots available for you to go to work. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, so I'm not surprised. Like, it's now or never. Like, this was the year for me. Like, yo, Tyler, if you ain't showing me something this year, it's just kind of like, what the hell are you doing? Because you have a great opportunity. It's like you put Cam Reddish on the Miami Heat, give him them shots, give him that opportunity, give him them minutes. It's just like, yo, people going to be like, yo, Cam Reddish is a superstar in the making. I see that with Tyler Herro, not being a superstar in the making, but I see it like, yo, you can be the sixth man of the year. Like, you can be an all-star caliber player sometime. Like, you have this opportunity because if you look on their roster, it's just kind of like nobody can do kind of what you kind of do. So it's just like, it's really no excuse. Right. But Miami Heat are for real. So yeah, that was it. But my Giannis thing was just, I always just wanted to throw that out there because the only reason I said that because when I think of the Miami Heat, I always think about the Milwaukee Bucks. And a lot of people talk about the first year in the bubble and they talk about last year, like which one is true. And I'm kind of hoping we get to see, I'm really hoping like this year we get to see the Miami Heat versus the Milwaukee Bucks in a playoff matchup. And we can really see like this trilogy, like, yo, was the bubble really a fluke with the Bucks? Was Miami really the truth against the Bucks? Or was when Giannis swept them boys, was that the real Miami? Like, I hope we get to see a trilogy of that matchup.
Honestly, you know what's crazy? I don't even think we'll receive an answer. I think regardless of who wins, I won't, like, if the Bucks win, I won't say like, all right, Miami. Well, I guess it all depends on how they win.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I'm saying.
If Miami gets swept again, all right.
It was an anomaly because Giannis looked really, really bad in the bubble against Miami. But then like they got swept. He swept them boys. Jimmy Butler was averaging 14 points, shooting less than 40% from the field. Like, so that's what I'm saying. A lot of questions gonna be answered if we get a playoff series.
It's gonna get spooky. It's gonna get spooky. So, but yeah. So, I mean, we mentioned, or I don't think we did mention, but Carmelo, entering a 9th on all-time scoring list, which kind of brings up the question. We always say Melo, when it comes to scoring, not only is he one of the best to ever do it, but he's one of the very few that could score at a high level,
professional bucket
at every level.
Yeah, here we go.
So yeah, what was the exact wording you said? Top 5.
Here we go. Here's a cap or no cap, and then
okay, it's a cap or no cap.
Yeah, just a cap or no cap.
And go ahead. Rock and roll.
And if you agree with it, if you don't agree with it, then I want you to list out in order what I'm about to say. I got you. The cap or no cap was, I said that Carmelo Anthony may be the greatest 3-level scorer of all time.
Cap.
Okay.
Very, very unfortunate, but the way you worded it, I mean, it has to be Kevin Durant. I mean,
okay.
If we're just choosing one, like the greatest, like as in
the greatest.
It's Kevin Durant. It's Kevin Durant.
You think it's Kevin Durant? Why?
I mean, he's offensively, especially just from scoring. Mm-hmm. There's nothing that like KD cannot do. Right. And he does damn near every single thing on the basketball court from a scoring perspective extremely well. Now, again, I don't think Melo falls very far after him. Like he okay. I don't even think off the top of my head.
No, again, I want you to give me the top 5.
And I want to say that very quickly because you know how Melo fans are. They think, and for the record too, I'm saying Kevin damn Durant's ahead of him. It ain't like, you feel me? So you say, all right, so what's the actual question? Top 5 what?
Top 5 3-level scorers of all time. This is probably a social cut for tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, it's ready. Woo!
The social cut. No, it's probably a social cut for Slam.
No.
You already know.
Right.
Like this is it. This is a good top 5 3-level scorers of all time. This
top 5 3-level scorers of all time.
And I think it's, I don't know if it's cap. It's kind of, go ahead.
Top 5. My top 5 3-level scorers of all time are Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James. No, hang on. I'm gonna do mine over. We can keep this in the audio portion. But I didn't like my reaction. No. It's not like I think about it. I personally like my reaction when I said Carmelo. It was almost as if like I said, all right, it's like I have to put him on there. I don't like that. So I'll accept it. So I'm gonna do mine over. All right. My top 5 3-level scorers of all time are Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James. Am I about to say Larry Bird?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Make sure
and Kobe Bryant.
Mm.
Woo! Woo! You thought you had me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is your list the same?
No.
That's
no, because the GOAT's not in my list.
I don't have Michael Jordan on there.
He got number 23. He got LeBron James. LeBron James.
Well, actually, the goat is Kobe Bryant. But all right, so who's your top?
That's
five?
crazy. That's crazy. You said Kevin Durant.
Said Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I said Bron.
Larry Bird.
Kobe Bryant, LeBron James.
Okay.
What? I said LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said LeBron. Your top three was
Did you? I'm assuming you want these in order.
No, I wanted them in order. Yeah, I want you in order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, look, when I ask if I want something in order, I make sure I say it.
Order this. Order.
All right. For like the 7th time, my top 5. my top 5. Dude, damn, you got me acting like Jaylen now. I'm gonna switch this shit up every time. At least the names are the same.
All right.
Jaylen said like 15 names.
I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. All right, I got you.
Yeah.
My top 5 3-level scorers of all time are Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Larry Bird.
Okay.
Sheesh.
All right, so I'm not mad at the list. The only reason why, let me give you my list. Number 1.
I'm sorry. Shit. I already know people. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I already know where this is gonna head. Someone's not on there that a lot of people are going to be mad at. I already know.
Yeah.
Especially working for Slam.
And he's on mine. And he's on mine. He is on mine. Number 1. It's crazy because I kind of want to say Carmelo Anthony. I really want to see Carmelo Anthony as number 1 and Kevin Durant. But it's kind of like the argument of what I said, like Carmelo Anthony before you said Cap. I was like, Carmelo Anthony may be the greatest 3-level scorer of all time because like his game is pure. He can shoot the 3. He's crazy at the midi in the low post angle on the basketball court. But like scoring at the like attacking athleticism, he was more athletic than like Kevin Durant. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like
okay,
but you still get that. You probably still get to get the overall shooting.
Who's number one? Who's number one?
I'm gonna say Kevin Durant is number 1. Kevin Durant.
After all that bullshit, you would say KD is what?
I want to say Kevin Durant is number 1. Number 2, T-Mac. I'm gonna say T-Mac. Tracy McGrady.
That's who the name.
Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady is number 2. Tracy McGrady was Kevin Durant before Kevin Durant. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Like Kevin Durant is a better player overall, but there's a lot of things on the court that Tracy McGrady was doing before Kevin Durant got in the league. And like I said, Tracy McGrady was eye level with Kobe Bryant in his peak. Number 3, I'm going to say Carmelo Anthony. The reason why I'm going to say Carmelo Anthony because, like I said, Carmelo Anthony's athleticism, the pureness of his 3-point shot. Now he's a catch and shoot type of player. Right now with the Los Angeles Lakers, he's kind of aged very gracefully. He's accepted like, I'm not the superstar I used to be, but I can still be a viable role player in my later years in the NBA. That's what he's doing. So that's number 3. Number 4 is Kobe Bryant. The only reason why Kobe Bryant is not higher, it's crazy saying like Kobe Bryant's number 4 and we got to like say why he's not higher. But the only reason why Kobe Bryant is not higher is because like 3-point wise, like even though Kobe can get hot, he can go crazy, but like shooting the 3 he's probably the worst at shooting the 3 out of the 3 guys that I mentioned. And then after that is Larry Bird. And the reason why Larry Bird is number 5, even though he's probably a pure marksman like most of these guys, but it was like everything else, like the athleticism, like attacking the rim and dunking and stuff, like he wasn't doing that, but still like he was still excellent. Like this man that he was dropped 40 with his left hand. Like he's a pure 3-level scorer as well. So number 1, we got Kevin Durant. Number 2, we got Tracy McGrady. Number 3, we got Carmelo Anthony. Number 4, we got Kobe Bryant. Number 5, we got Larry Bird. Top 5 3-level scorers of all time. And Thea said, once again, for the cap or no cap, or Carmelo being the greatest 3-level scorer of all time, he said it was cap. There you go.
No. We ain't about to end it now.
There you go.
I'm gonna say something about your list. You're not just about to hit stop. No. So you have T-Mac on your list, and I have LeBron.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
and the reason, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Because I was gonna go a different direction. Go ahead.
No, the reason why I didn't have LeBron James on my list because of his 3-point shooting ability. LeBron, I'm not one of these crazy people that's always said like, yo, LeBron had to work on his jump shot. They love to use that excuse where they talk about. I hate to always throw Giannis in this conversation, but when people talk about Giannis, like LeBron James have a jump shot early on in his career. It's like, yes, he did. Like you wasn't watching. Like LeBron James dropped 50 points on purely jumpers only almost at 21 years old. Like it wasn't as smooth, as some of the other guys, but like LeBron has always been a scorer. Like he's always been a scorer. He's just like, he can do a little bit else. He can do this, he can do that. Like, and that's what makes people so like, don't really like LeBron. Cause like he could just score if he wanted to and be the best scorer of all time, but he just doesn't do that. But his 3-point shooting ability is why I didn't have LeBron James on my list. Cause I think a 3-level scorer, LeBron James got the 1 and got the 2 on lock. If you look at his second tenure with the Cleveland Cavaliers, that's when his like 3-point like shot has really been like more, solid. Like,
right, no, I'm with you.
So that's why I didn't have LeBron on my list.
And you talk about the lack of 3-ball, right? And that's another thing too that I want to acknowledge. The guys that are not on this list, and to explain to everyone why they are not on this list. For those of you that may not know what 3-level scores are, but again, this is no pump fakes. You need to understand what we talk about here. All right. So Stephen Curry is not on this list for a reason. James Harden is not on this list for a reason. Okay. Allen Iverson is not on this list for a reason. Because those guys, right, again, we know they put the ball in the basket. All right, but there's a difference. Now, what's crazy is, and I'm so glad I'm thinking about this now before the actual episode ends, 2 names that just came to my mind. Dirk Nowitzki. Still not going to put either of these guys in the top 5. But Dirk Nowitzki, and you know who else I'm about to say?
Who?
You want to know?
Paul Pierce?
No. Kyrie Irving.
Oh no, Kyrie. I was
Kyrie Irving.
I didn't want to. I was thinking about putting him over Larry Bird, but I didn't want to get too like. You know what?
Kyrie damn Irving.
You know what? Listen.
Get crazy.
Listen.
Get crazy.
I'm gonna change mine. Look.
I'm crazy.
I'm gonna change mine.
Crazy.
Top 5 3-level scores of all time. Kevin Durant, number 1. Number 2, Trace McGrady. Number 3, Carmelo Anthony. Number 4, Kobe Bryant. Number 5, give me Kyrie Irving.
Talk about it.
I'm putting Kyrie Irving on my list. Kyrie Irving, the greatest little guard finisher at the basketball with either hand, not just the right hand, which is his dominant hand, either hand, mid-range, 3-point ability, 50, 40, 90 player, top 5 3-level scorer of all time. Sorry, Larry Bird, but listen, you just couldn't do things that Kyrie can do finishing at the rim. I'm sorry. Kyrie Irving is on my top 5 3-level scorers of all time. No pump fakes.
And we out.
Pump fakes. We out. It's your boy, M.I.K. Smith, also known as AK. Make sure you guys go follow No Pump Fakes wherever you get your podcasts.